The sauce for this series is provided by Schaeferless Productions. Seriously, go watch his videos because you're gonna see where I get a lot of the sauce for these videos from, and yeah, they're pretty funny. Alright, we're back in business, and this time we're on Mario Kart Super Circuit. We're one game away from the golden age, ladies and gentlemen, and finally we'll be talking about something I am passionate about with those Mario Kart games. But for now, we're here on Super Circuit, and honestly, it's one of the more underrated games in the series. This game had the 2D look of Super Mario Kart and the controls of Mario Kart 64, so I don't think it's not fair to say that it's just the previous two Mario Karts combined. It's one of the more overlooked games in the series, with a bunch of tracks that are actually pretty solid. However, to get to those tracks, we do have to sift through some bad ones in order to get to them. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and those are the bonus tracks, which is really just Super Mario Kart on a handheld. I see people online all the time call them retro tracks, but here's the thing. They are not retro tracks, so we can cut all the shit about Super Circuit being the first game with retros, when in all reality, they're just bonus tracks and you get a 2-for-1 deal by essentially getting all the Super Mario Kart tracks alongside all of these new ones. The idea for retros was there, however they are not retros, and let me explain why. Retro tracks are a hand-picked selection of tracks from previous games that are, for the most part, revamped and repackaged, and the key point is that they come from previous games, the key word being games, plural, whereas these are only tracks from one game. So by definition, these tracks from Super Mario Kart are not retro tracks as they are only from one game, and therefore they will not be ranked with all the tracks from this game. I will say that they do get props because they do feel real nice to race on this time around, but yeah, no, I'm not ranking them. If you want to know my opinions on those tracks, I already have a video on that. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get to ranking these courses.
I am very disappointed!
This goddamn screen shake when playing Snowland made me absolutely nauseous as hell. It's not a bad course, at least in the sense of the aesthetic. The overall layout and vibe of the track is fine, but this course in this iteration is absolute hell to play because you're practically playing Earthquake Simulator. At least the screen doesn't shake in Mario Kart 8, and it's a lot better there, and that's really all I can say about this course right now.
Wow! How original!
Ladies and gentlemen, this may be the only time in this series where I am talking about 3 tracks in one spot in a ranking. Mainly because with these 3 courses, they are so boring and uninspired that I personally do not have the energy to rank all of these tracks separately, which is ironic because we'll see the 4th iteration of this track later on in the ranking because it stands out above the rest. Anyway, let's get these sorted out. For 19th place, we have Bowser Castle 1, which is mostly just 90-degree turns and that's it. It's by far the most simple of the Bowser Castle courses, and it's just boring. I know there were technical limitations, but I mean, look at all the other courses, and you tell me that you couldn't at least add some curves here and there? Like, did it literally only have to be 90-degree turns? That just screams lack of creativity. For 18th place, we have Bowser Castle 2. There's some jumps that you can do on this one, so at least that's got that going for it. But much like its predecessor, it's just boring and not all that imaginative in terms of theming. I know that people watching this aren't going to take this slander all too kindly, but I mean, come on, if you're focusing more on the background of the tracks, then you're not doing it right. And in 17th place, we have Bowser Castle 3. This one is only slightly better than 2, and only slightly. Yeah, it's got a lot more going for it in this one, but again, it's just 90-degree turns surrounded by lava. The only difference is the background. There's not much going on with this track. I rest my case because I'm clearly just beating a dead fucking horse at this point talking about these 3 courses.
Boo.
So I mentioned this one in the Mario Kart 64 ranking and sent a shot in its direction, which might have confused some folks. So let me explain just why. There is a huge gripe I have with this course, which is that one of the things they seem to have forgotten is the lake. Like, bro, where's the water? Did you seriously forget to add water below the lake course? This just looks like a Ghost Valley track, and you know how I feel about those courses. This course is pretty bad, but is better than being hell to play. It's in the category of unoriginal.
Adopted kid. Yoshi.
Yoshi Desert is just a desert with a Yoshi head, replacing the head of a Sphinx. Literally, that's all it has going for it. Other than that, it just looks like bland, boring, and not good desert course 12,391. This course hasn't come back as a retro, so this was pretty much the last we'll be seeing of this course. I wonder why.
The leg is broken. Está rota, hecha pedazos.
Oh man, Broken Pier is really good whenever it comes to the skybox. That might just be a top 10 skybox for me, no question about it. But just like Boo Lake, it seems to have forgotten the water as well. I'll give it that it's more fun and better to play on than Boo Lake, but it's just meh. It also hasn't come back as a retro, and they seem to have forgotten the water. Seriously, what's up with Nintendo forgetting the water on these courses? I wonder what's up with that. I don't know, it's Broken Pier. I really have no strong feelings about it.
Riverside, motherfucker.
This course is an okay course in this version, and it's pretty damn fun with this ballsy skip you can do, and I like the overall vibe that they were going for. It's pretty nice whenever you're racing on this track. I like the course, it's pretty fun, the layout's pretty solid. However, they absolutely cooked whenever they brought this course back in the Booster Course Pass, and I cannot wait to talk about it more favorably in that game.
Hop, skip, jump. Hop, skip, jump. Are you ready?
Can you shut the fuck up?
I have mixed feelings about this Rainbow Road, okay? Like, on one hand, I feel like it's overwhelming, but also on the other hand, I feel like it is just so goddamn fun. Like, I'm sorry to the people who might be offended by this, but it's not all that good whenever we do compare it to the other Rainbow Roads, and I can't act like I like it whenever I really just have mixed feelings about it. The overall layout of this track isn't really all that special, but I will say, goddamn, is skipping around on it really, really fun. But also, the music is very sad, and it does seem kind of uninspired. Honestly, it fits another track that we'll discuss later. However, that doesn't matter whenever the jumps and skips go absolutely dummy, and I cannot wait for Nintendo to revamp this course and bring it back in some capacity. I can smell a remake on the horizon somewhere. Lakeside Park is okay, and it slightly edges out Riverside, and in my opinion, it does beat out Rainbow Road. Like Riverside, I like the vibe, but I'm kinda disappointed that it didn't appear in Mario Kart 8 alongside its cousin, but hey, it's still pretty good in Tour. Even if I'm not ever gonna do a ranking of that game, I'd still be stupid not to give this iteration props. Or the Tour iteration, either. Also, I really do like the volcano and the fact that you do have to dodge some of the... what is it, rocks? Lava? Spooge? What the hell is that? I genuinely...
It's a big word for Elmo.
I'm sorry, I genuinely drew a blank. I think I'm gonna move on from this one before I make myself look any more stupid. I can't fucking speak! Fuck. So we're back to having SNES level battle courses, and I don't like it. There's at least a little bit more creativity and variation than the ones on the SNES maps, but that's it. The battle mode is still the same, which is to say it's balloon battle. Anyways, let's rank these based on how I feel about them from my one time battling on them. In 4th place, we have Battle Course 3. I don't like Battle Course 3, these little L shapes are stupid and this pit in the middle is pointless. In 3rd place we have Battle Course 1. Battle Course 1 feels like something we've already gotten on the SNES and I don't like it here. In 2nd place we have Battle Course 4. Battle Course 4 is at least a little interesting and that's it. The water pits are cool and the Yoshi Desert background is nice. It's definitely more interesting than Yoshi Desert. And in 1st place we have Battle Course 2. Battle Course 2 is the best since it's Bowser Castle battle map and it's really fun whenever it comes to the chases on this map. Alright, back to the courses.
Ain't that a peach?
Pete's Circuit is okay in this version, it's just kinda forgettable in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, the scenery is really lush and beautiful, but in this game, it just feels like any other circuit track. I really feel like this sits on my good side just ahead of Lakeside Park. Although I will say, I do like the revamped look it's got in Tour. It's definitely got quite the vibe going on with it. It's kinda crazy how playing a course in a later iteration can actually change your opinion of the course overall. Like, yeah, this course is really not all that special here, and it looks boring and generic, but I've got a new appreciation for it, and it's not the bland-ass Mario circuits from the SNES games either, so that's a plus. It actually feels like its own unique course instead of, you know, a copy with more turns. Oh, and it actually feels like a go-kart course, and I gotta say, I like it.
Cool it, Caterpillar Breath! I'm not your mama? Mama Luigi?
You know what? I really like Luigi Circuit. Aside from the absolute eyesore of the weather station in the background always moving with you, it's an alright course. I definitely like the stormy atmosphere it's got going on, something that I think is really underutilized in the Mario Kart series as a whole. More stormy weather tracks, please, Nintendo. We don't get enough of those, and I would definitely like to see more in the future, please.
You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and... Frick, kid!
So Bowser Castle 4 is the best and longest of the Bowser Castle courses, and aside from the 90-degree angles, this course is genuinely so much fun to race on. Like, I genuinely like this course, and it's like, fuck those first three, this course is the best out of all of them. It's got the perfect amount of challenge and the perfect amount of charm sprinkled in, even if the theming is a little bit repetitive. I like it, and that's all I can really say about it.
The food and service were both great. Give him the full 3%.
Hey, Cheap Cheap Island shares some banger-ass music with Shy Guy Beach, and it's pretty pleasant to race on. I mean, it's not all that much whenever it comes to a track, and I do think they could do more with it should they bring it back. But I do think that this is the basis for Cheap Cheap Beach and Mario Kart DS. Overall, it's a nice and dinky little track that I don't mind racing on.
Look at me, standing on the beach with no pina colada.
Oh hey, this track shares some banger ass music with Cheap Cheap Island and is also pretty pleasant to race on. Is it the best later on in the series? No. But is it good enough to be in the top 5 here? I'd say it is. And some of you might disagree with me, but left in its purest form, yeah, this course is very nice. What can I say?
The magician pushes the ribbon inside of a
Road, bozo!
So this is one of the best themed courses in this game, and I'm glad that Nintendo upgraded this one. However, since we're ranking the entire series in order, we've got a long way to go until we get to it. It's pretty damn good in both versions, but in its original form in this game, oh yeah, this course is heavenly, and it's super fun to race on here. Like I said for Mario Circuit, it's funny how my opinion of an older track can be influenced by a banger-ass remake. So despite the outdated stereotypes, this course is actually best in its purest form. The music is pretty damn cool, and I just love how the sun sets as the race progresses. I never even played this game as a kid, and I only tapped in as an adult, but it's definitely one of the best in the game, that's for damn sure. It's an absolute shame to see how badly this course got butchered in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, man. Like, what have you done to my boy? Oh well, we've got a long way to go before bitching about that, so yeah, fuck it. Might as well enjoy this little gimmick while it lasts, because oh boy, do I have some shit to say about this one whenever we get to it. God, I can't wait to fucking get to that course.
Tell me you're cheesing, farmer. We could do this right now on the camera, Crody.
So I remember when this course felt like you were on the moon and it was made of cheese. I also remember when it had rats. Despite missing this, the Glow Up has some of the hardest music in the series, and so does this version, even though it's condensed as hell. This course just has so much charm for the third Mario Kart game, and honestly, it deserves its flowers. And my god, I cannot wait to talk about it in my 8 Deluxe ranking. Alright, we're at the best course, officially. Sky Garden has the best skybox and course design in this game, plus the music is just so peak. I didn't even realize that it came from this game, as my childhood Mario Karts consisted of DS and Wii, the best ones. Don't at me about this shit. But man, it is just such a fucking banger. I love this course, and it's a shame that it hasn't been seen since 2005. I wonder why. Putting my eventual hate boner aside, this track is just fucking amazing. The skybox is seriously something to be admired, the music is heavenly, and the cream colored puffiness of the sides that is contrasted with the blues and cyans of the main part of the track, it's just so heavenly. Sky Garden here is fun, and I hope it returns in glorious HD fashion. Not that I'm talking the correct way, alright, goddammit? So what are my thoughts on Super Circuit? I mean, it's not half bad whenever it comes to its status as a game. It's got a lot of charm and pizzazz, and it wasn't even developed by Nintendo's internal teams at all. As a matter of fact, it was developed by Intelligent Systems, who are known for Fire Emblem and Advance Wars. The fact that Nintendo was trusting enough to put their baby into someone else's hands and let them take a crack at it really speaks volume as to how much times have changed. And back then, it really paid off, with Super Circuit being the best rated Mario Kart in the series. The courses for the most part feel unique and truly spectacular to race on, and this game clearly marks the point of where Nintendo realized, oh yeah, we can get as wacky with this series as we want. And well, in future entries, they certainly did, and in a way, I think we owe Super Circuit a huge thank you because of this. Until next time, my name is Bondi, and thank you for watching.